updated way of doing the Tombstone glitch. And yes, there is a new thing in this video. Not just a copy and paste, there is something new, and the thing that's new, we're gonna be combining it with the Tombstone glitch to make it even better. So don't forget to subscribe, smash a like, and let's get into the first thing. So in order to do this Tombstone dupe, you want to first load into the game and put on the stuff that you want to duplicate. If you guys have nothing to duplicate, then join the Discord, which is linked in the description, and we have mods and admins that will give you guys cases, crystals, tools, ether knife cases, all of that. They will give you guys that plus max cash for you guys to duplicate and, you know, do this glitch. But once you guys are done loading into the game, getting the items you want by either a friend or just finding them yourself, I had a buddy drop them for me. As you can see, here are all these items. Then you just want to make sure that you guys get a larger backpack so you guys can fit as much stuff as you can in your inventory, because, you know, you don't just want to do this with 2 items. Like, you want to do this with a full backpack of OP items. Then once your friend is done giving you his cash, I got 30,000. You guys can get max cash by joining the Discord, like I said. And once you have that, you want to head to Tombstone and simply purchase Tombstone, which is 2,000 essence. Isn't much, and you guys can get Tombstone by either the Wonder Fist machine in tier 3 or just looking for it on the map, and it's gonna have the Tombstone icon. Get it, and you guys are good with that. Make sure you guys drop your self-revive, because if you have a self-revive while doing this glitch, it just won't work at all. Then you want to get down. Now make sure you give up and be fully dead, then plead for help. At this point, you want to leave the game and then go back into the game once you leave. What's happening now is you're basically putting your Tombstone on the match to duplicate and glitch out, and that's how you guys do it the most consistent and most easiest way. Okay guys, in order to do this the best way and the most consistent, you need to make sure that you have Act 4 activated, because that's what we're using to glitch out our Tombstone. You guys can use an exfil, which I'll get into that in a minute, but Act 4 is just the best. You guys can also use Act missions, like the Act 1, 2, 3. You guys can use those, but I just recommend Act 4. Easiest way, fastest way, anybody can do it. You don't need to do any prior missions in order to activate Act 4, and you guys can do it right away with a fresh account. So once you're in the next game, you guys will see that your Tombstone is going to be on the map. You want to go over to it and then simply collect it. You need to make sure that you guys get a large backpack or medium backpack to fill your inventory with everything, and keep in mind from this time on, you won't be losing the stuff in your inventory, including if you get a large backpack, a score streak, everything will stay in your inventory like you exfilled normally. But we're going to be glitching out the exfil, and you guys will see that in a minute, so keep that in mind. And now in order to do that new updated way of, you will need to make sure that your stash is at 0. And if you already have stuff in your stash and you don't want to reset it, don't worry, I'll show you guys another way to do it and to put stuff in your stash without resetting. Then you need to make sure that you have something in your rucksack that you normally can't exfil with. So for example, a cluster mine. This is one. If you don't want to use this, you can use a meat. And now after you get that item in your inventory, you then want to do this next step. Skip the grind, unlock all of the new schematics for a cheap price, check out Silent Services. We also offer bot lobbies where you can get interstellar camo and also hard camo unlocked, and nuke skin services. Here are reviews. They absolutely love it. Cheap prices. People love it. You're gonna love it. Get your service today. The links to all of this will be down below in the description, and use code Silent Service for 5% off. You want to head over to the Act 4 portal. Once you're here, you're going to be activating the Act 4 portal. Once you see this blue teleport thing right here, you guys want to close your application after you wait about 1 second. Then when you load back into the game, you're going to see that it exfilled you like you normally exfilled, and you guys have successfully glitched out your game. Your Tombstone is still there even though you exfilled with all of those items, and you guys have successfully duplicated your items, and you guys can get unlimited items in your stash. And here is the new part of the glitch. This is the updated part, because this part before this, you know, what I was just showing you guys, a lot of you guys probably know, I've shown that many times. But if you guys reset your stash and you're a brand new player and your stash is at 0 and you exfilled with it with the Act 4 mission, all you do is simply stow the cluster mine into your stash, and now you guys have glitched out your stash. Thanks to Six Savage for the footage. I didn't want to reset my stash. I have like almost 100, you know, things in my stash, and like I said, if you don't want to reset your stash, don't worry, I got you. I'm going to show you guys how you can stash items without resetting your stash. But as you can see, Six Savage just did the Tombstone, you know, Act 4 exfil glitch, and now in the main menu, all you want to do is simply stow the cluster mine, or just whatever item that is, you know, not supposed to be in your stash, stow it. Then after that, you'll be able to stow all the other items past 10. As you can see, he is stowing the other items, and he is well past 10 items. He's over 100, and it's not making him go to rewards and swapping over rewards. He can just stow. And that is the new part of his glitch. That's the updated part. Now you guys don't have to put a cluster mine. That's what Six Savage did. This should work if you guys put any item that you're not supposed to have in your stash. Like for example, if you put meat, if you put documents, just put anything that you can't normally have in your stash, and it should glitch out your stash and let you equip more items into your stash than you're supposed to, and you guys don't have to do that reward swap. I know some people can't get the reward swap to work, so try this out. This will work, and you guys should be able to go past that 10 stash just like Six Savage did in the footage, and you guys can get over 100 items in your stash. Hopefully everything makes sense. If you're confused, please let me know in the comments. And now, in order to rinse and repeat this duplication glitch and get more items in your stash, you want to load back up into the game. Once you're in the game, your Tombstone stash will still be there even though you just collect the items, and you want to simply collect the stash, go into the Act 4 mission, and then close your app when it hits this blue portal animation. Then when you go back into the game, you're still going to have this stuff that you exfilled with, but your Tombstone is going to still be in the game, and you guys can put all the stuff in your stash, go into the game, dupe it over and over and over, and get over hundreds of items in your stash. And now if you don't want to reset your stash, and instead you just want to stow items in your stash past 10 and keep everything you had, all you do is go to your stash after exfilling, after you have past 10, then you swap the item in your rucksack with a reward item or your purchase items. Then you want to stow that purchase item, and that's going to push the item into the stash past 10. That's just a different way of doing it. You can do the new way, old way, whatever you want. Now there are other ways you guys can exfil. You guys can exfil with a normal chopper with this and still keep your Tombstone stash on the map, and the way you do that is by simply getting your items, heading to the chopper, and then closing your app right when it hits the black screen, like so. You want to make sure you're prepared, so when you guys are in the chopper, get everything prepared so you guys can close your app right away at that black screen. Then when you go into the game again after doing that, you guys will see your items in your rucksack, and you guys can simply stash them into your stash and move on and keep duping. But the only problem with this one, and the reason being why you guys want to just use the Act 4 portal, is because with this exfil, after about having 40 items in your stash, then it won't exfil any more items if you use the exfil chopper. It's just gonna, nothing's gonna appear. So yeah, after 40 items, just use the Act 4 mission to do this glitch so you guys can get over 100 plus in your stash. Now if you guys are curious, I got a schematic in the game or a recipe, how do I put it on my account and still keep my Tombstone? Just do the regular exfil. That will put the schematics actually on your account, and you guys will keep your Tombstone by glitching your character out with the regular exfil rather than the Act 4 exfil. Again, if anything's confusing to you, please let me know and it will help you. Now if you guys are doing this with the other Act missions like the 1, 2, and 3, simply do the same thing that you saw with the regular exfil. When you guys hit that black screen, that is when you guys close app. Super easy. Now if you guys are curious on how you guys go into the Dark Ether and keep your Tombstone, click the video on screen to check that out, and go to 5 minutes and 36 seconds to see how to keep your Tombstone while going to the Dark Ether, and you guys will be able to complete all the boss fights and all the missions in it. So check it out right now, it's on the screen.